Hey folks, I'm Kyle Lamb with Viking Tactics. I'm out here cleaning my 6.5 Creedmoor. This is a Christensen Arms BA Tactical, and I wanted to kind of show you how I use the bore and bolt spray versus the aerosol when I'm cleaning this system. After I'm done cleaning it, I'm going to use the hog grease. Okay, this is the heavy applications weapons grease. This stuff is really cool, especially if you're going to have a firearm like this. It also works well if you have a machine gun, a suppressor, or even on your carry guns where you want to have a really light sheen of grease and not have a lot of stuff sticking to it. So let's talk quickly about cleaning this. First thing I'm going to do is make sure the weapon is clear. Remove my bolt, set that to the side. If that bolt is really dirty, you can soak it down with the bore and bolt. I normally don't because I don't get the bolt very dirty. But if, for example, the front of that was dirty, I would just take the bore and bolt, give it a couple sprays, and just let that sit there and let it soak for a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my bore guide for my 6.5, slide that in. This is a Dewey bore guide. Push it in till it's all the way and then lock the locking piece in position. This actually has a port in the back too to keep from having your hands touch your solvent, but in this case, this is completely safe, so I don't have to worry about that as much. I have a brush installed right now on my Dewey rod, so I'm going to take the Rand bore and bolt, and I'm just going to coat that brush down. Once it's good, I'm going to run it through. Some folks don't like to run this back. I'm not one of those people. I don't lose a lot of sleep over that, so I'll go both directions with the brush. Just to make sure I get everything cleaned as well as I'd like to. Once you've done that until you feel like you've hit it sufficiently, we'll remove that brush. We're going to put our stab jag on. Now with the stab jag, if you've ran other types of solvent through here, you may want to wait a little bit to let them do their thing. With the bore and bolt, I don't wait too long because the stuff works relatively quickly. So the amount of time it takes me to talk through this, get this installed, pull out a patch, stab jag so I can just go right straight from the rear of it, push that through, and push all the way out. And as you can see, I got quite a bit of dirt out that first time. This probably has 40 to 60 rounds through it right now without cleaning. Pull this back out, pull out a fresh patch. We're going to do that until we start getting out clean patches. That one's still a little dirty, so we'll run one more through it. Still a slight touch of dirt there, but I'm just going to continue so you kind of see how I treat my systems here. At this point, most folks wouldn't do anything else to the bore of their weapon. What I like to do is apply a little bit of lubrication to that because I may be out hunting, and if I'm out in the back country, I get dew and things like that inside of that muzzle. I normally take a piece of tape and tape over my muzzle anyway, but you'll still get a little residue inside of that. So to help eliminate any problems, I take my Rand CLP, just put a little dab on my patch there, and I'll run that patch through just for a light coat of oil on the barrel. If you don't like that, then don't do it, but that's one of the things that I like to do because I may have to carry this gun for 2 weeks before I actually fire it. Remove that bore guide. If you can get in there and clean your chamber out a little bit, normally I have a chamber brush. I can go in and give that a quick swipe. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is take the bolt that I've already put the cleaner on. So I've got the bore and bolt on there. Wipe that down. And now I'm going to take out the hog grease. Once I take the hog grease out, I'm going to put a very light layer of hog grease just on the locking lugs. Just enough to keep them nicely lubed. And if I'm going to be out in the mountains around a lot of dirt, I don't put any lube, as very light lube around the actual spiral flutes in the bolt body. But for this sake of argument, we're going to take just a little bit of that lube that's excess there. We're going to rub it back and also on the rear of the bolt where it engages, just to slick everything up. Take that bolt, slide it into our system, and as you can see now, it's moving super slick and also locks and unlocks a little bit easier. Okay, that's the hog grease. This stuff is nano infused just like the other Rand products. With that nano infusion, what you're going to get is, as I put that grease on there, the next time I get ready to clean this weapon system, a lot of this is going to stay in those pores of that metal, so you're still going to have a nice sheen, and you're going to have a smoother operating weapon system. That's hog grease, available from randclp.com.